Well, hello, Grandpa here again. It's been a while since I've read a book, and I'm going to read a book that I've been putting off. The reason why I've been putting it off is because it's got hard words in it. It's got some names that are difficult to pronounce. I will probably pronounce them wrong, but I'll try to be consistent with pronouncing them wrong. And I don't know why they put such names in children's books. I don't know. I don't know of any children that would be able to read these names. But anyway, it's a Disney story again, and it's called Jungle Book. So anyway, I hope you enjoy it, and we'll give it my best shot. Here we go. Disney, The Jungle Book. Deep in the jungle, Bagheera, the panther, found a baby inside a boat. "It's a man cub," said Bagheera. "Maybe Mother Wolf will look after him." Mother Wolf agreed to help. The wolf named the man cub Mowgli, and he grew up happy in the jungle. Mowgli loved being a wolf pup, but when Mowgli was 10 years old, Shere Khan, a man-eating tiger, searched for the man cub. The wolves had a meeting and decided that Bagheera should bring Mowgli to the man village where he would be safe with his own kind. Mowgli was angry and upset. He didn't understand why he had to leave the jungle. Bagheera and Mowgli were sleeping in a tree when Kaa, the snake, slithered towards the man cub. Kaa's shiny eyes put Mowgli in a trance. Kaa wrapped himself around Mowgli and was about to eat him when Bagheera woke up and scared Kaa away. The next day, Mowgli refused to go to the village. He held on to a tree, which made Bagheera very mad, so he left Mowgli. Then Mowgli met a friendly bear named Baloo. Baloo taught Mowgli the bare necessities of life. Soon, Mowgli was fighting, growling, and scratching like a bear. Later that afternoon, monkeys took Mowgli while Baloo slept. The monkeys carried Mowgli to their temple. The king of apes offered to help Mowgli stay in the jungle, but in exchange, he wanted to learn about man's red fire. Bagheera heard Mowgli's cries, so he asked Baloo what happened. To rescue Mowgli, Baloo disguised himself as a lady ape and snuck into the temple. In the temple, Baloo's disguise fell off and the monkeys realized they had been tricked. Bagheera and Baloo worked together to save Mowgli, and the three ran deep into the jungle. Bagheera insisted that the man cub go back to the man village, but Mowgli ran off. Bagheera and Baloo had to find Mowgli before Shere Khan did. Shere Khan was hunting and found Mowgli first. He pounced towards Mowgli, but Baloo grabbed Shere Khan's tail and stopped him. The bad tiger. Lightning struck a tree, and Mowgli grabbed a burning branch and tied it to Shere Khan's tail. Shere Khan was so scared he raced through the jungle and never returned. Mowgli Bagheera and Baloo reached the man village. Mowgli happily followed a young girl into the village. Mowgli is where he belongs, sighed Bagheera, and Bagheera and Baloo walked back into the jungle where they belonged. There he is with the pretty girl. Anyway, that's the end. Well, there you have it. He ended up going back and they showed him a pretty girl and he wanted to go to the man village. That's all it takes. Anyway, it turns out that the jungle wasn't safe for him. That's not really where he belonged. Anyway, that's an interesting story, and you know, on the original Disney had a movie, I think, of it and stuff, and there was a couple songs I think that came out of it, and the one that comes to my mind is the bare necessities, and it's kind of an old saying about the bare necessities of life. And anyway, I looked up that song on the internet, and here's a couple little verses out of it and stuff that I think are kind of good. Anyway, I'll read them to you. I'm not much of a poet, but I'll do my best. The bare necessities of life will come to you. They'll come to you. So just try and relax. Yeah, cool it. Fall apart in my backyard, 'cause let me tell you something, little britches. If you act like that bee acts, you're working too hard. And don't spend your time looking around for something you want that can't be found. When you find out you can live without it and go along not thinking about it, I'll tell you something true. The bare necessities of life will come to you. So anyway, it kind of means that if you don't need it, then you probably don't need it. I think a lot of people go around looking for something to make them happy when they probably already got what they need. So anyway, the bare necessities. Sometimes it's less is more. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the story and stuff, and don't forget to support the authors and read down below down there where it says more information. You know, I've got some information on where you can buy this book at and that kind of thing. And last thing, don't forget, Grandpa loves you. Anyway, this pandemic will get over someday, and we'll all get back together. Anyway, bye-bye now.